There's a cereal on the market that's taking over. My friend who runs their social media told me I had to try it. So I did, and now I'm hooked. This cereal is vegan, paleo, grain, gluten, and dairy free, and contains no refined sugars, gums, natural flavorings, or colorings. The texture is extremely crunchy, bursting with flavor and no weird aftertaste. It's called 7 Sundays, and they are selling out in the cereal aisle. They have 4 flavors: cocoa, cinnamon, maple sea salt, and berry, which many of my followers on Instagram tell me it reminds them of the berry Cap'n Crunch. The ingredients are super minimal and they use sunflower protein, so the protein content is much higher than the typical cereals you see. For example, the ingredients in the cinnamon flavor are as follows: cassava, sunflower protein, dates, coconut sugar, coconut oil, and cinnamon. That's it. And the berry flavor is made from cassava, sunflower protein, maple syrup, coconut oil, strawberries, blueberries, vanilla extract, and lemon extract. No hidden or questionable ingredients. And I got the hookup from my friend and have a special offer to pass along to my listeners. Just go to 7sundays.com and enter code LILSIP. That's LILSIP at checkout to get a whopping 30% off your first order. That's 30% off for anyone that hasn't yet ordered. And if you're already a reoccurring customer, you can still get 15% off by using my code. So again, just go to 7sundays.com and use code LILSIP for a discount. In today's Bite of Knowledge, I'm sharing 4 nutrients to help heal leaky gut. And first of all, let's talk about what leaky gut is. You may have it and not know it, or you may know someone who's experiencing these symptoms. So let's just talk about what to look out for and what it is. If you want a free Vitamix, then listen up. During the entire month of October, I am giving away a brand new Vitamix blender. Now, there are 2 ways to enter and double your chances. The first is by subscribing to my newsletter by going to my website, lilsipper.com/subscribe, and just enter your email. Another way to enter is by giving this show a rating and review in whatever podcast app you listen in, then sending me a screenshot of your review on Instagram. And by the way, my Instagram is at LilSipper, LILSIPPER. I'll be choosing 1 winner from each submission, so you have 2 chances to win. Good luck. So many people suffer from digestive issues, and the sad part is that most don't really have an explanation of the cause, nor the cure. However, leaky gut syndrome, also known as LGS, has now become more known to doctors as well as patients, and happens when the gut wall is compromised and contains holes, allowing unwanted toxins, microbes, undigested food, and foreign objects to pass through the lining of the intestines. This can cause a number of issues, including brain fog, acne or other skin conditions, chronic digestive issues such as gas, bloating, constipation, and diarrhea, weight gain, allergies, excessive fatigue, and hormonal and mood imbalances. Now, just because you may experience the previously described symptoms, that doesn't mean you have leaky gut. However, it doesn't mean you don't have it. So, it's always good to check into things like that. There are tests that you can perform, which I'll explain in a little bit where to go. So what I wanted to kind of go over is all this is just research proven compounds that are effective at repairing the gastrointestinal tract and to help heal leaky gut. So now that we know kind of what the symptoms are, but first of all, what causes leaky gut? Several things, heavy use of medications, over-the-counter and prescriptions, antibiotics that can lead to increased growth of bacteria in your gut, processed foods that have been contaminated by chemicals, high refined carbohydrates and sugar. Those are just a few causes. Now, not only does the typical American diet lack critical nutrients that promote gut health, but it's the combination of the additional consumption of processed sugar, packaged foods, and high amounts of alcohol that decreases our health in general and puts Americans at risk for so many health issues. All right, so 4 nutrients that can help leaky gut. Number 1, L-glutamine. L-glutamine is something I have been talking personally about for years. It's been shown to help a damaged gut and even help rebuild the lining in your intestines and even help improve wound healing. L-glutamine is also beneficial for collagen synthesis. L-glutamine or glutamine is partly broken down into proline, which is essential for your own collagen production and enhancing a solid gut lining. Number 2, ginger. Ginger is well known to treat nausea, menstruation pain, and bloating. This is all due to ginger's ability to relieve contractions in the gut and help reduce intestinal inflammation. It's also been shown to help with gastric emptying and mobility in the gut. Number 3, pea protein. So pea protein is great for individuals with autoimmune diseases and food sensitivities, as well as vegans. This protein is also one of the best foods for improving the microbiome. There's studies that actually show it's one of the best for improving your microbiome. This is a NCBI. It's a study, and I can even include that in the description of the show if you're interested in looking more about that. But in this study that I'm referencing to, pea protein was shown to increase the bifidobacterium and the lactobacillus, the good probiotics. It was shown to raise short-chain fatty acid production in the gut, which helps reduce overall inflammation. Great if you have leaky gut, but also just great in general. Also, just want to point out, make sure you, when you choose a pea protein, make sure that it does not contain additional additives like stevia, natural flavorings, and gums. I, of course, always recommend my own digestive support protein I created with NuZest because I personally know exactly what goes into it, which is highly digestible yellow pea protein sourced from Europe that is 100% glyphosate free. And it uses the special extraction process that they use where it's completely a non-toxic extraction process. Other companies may use a toxic extraction method, which defeats the entire purpose of consuming it for your health. So you really want to make sure it's using the right extraction process. It of course, contains no gums, no fake sweeteners, or natural flavorings. In my digestive support protein, we only use organic cacao powder to flavor the cacao. And for the vanilla, we use organic vanilla beans. No vanilla flavorings or anything like that. It also contains L-glutamine, just previously mentioned, that also helps with leaky gut. It also contains Bacillus coagulans, which is a probiotic specifically known to help fight off candida and yeast overgrowth. Now, number 4 for leaky gut is bone broth and gelatin. So thankfully, bone broth and gelatin is more widely available and accepted these days for good reason. The benefit of both are just through the roof. So both are full of protein. They contain little to no animal fat at all and contains certain tannic acids known to help heal and seal your gut. I personally love the taste of bone broth. So I love to drink it. I can even drink it cold. If you are one to not really enjoy the taste of bone broth, you can certainly take collagen as well and gelatin. Further Food sells a great gelatin that's been tested for lead. I've looked into this. So they've tested it for lead. And I found it to be one of the best ingredient sources, one of the best companies that are sourcing it from a good, reputable source there. So if you want to try their gelatin, you can use my code Little Sipper on Further Foods website for a discount. Now, I know I previously mentioned the tests you can do. You can go online. I'm going to give you 3 if you want to see if you have leaky gut. So there is one by Genova Diagnostics, and their website is www.gdx.net. So gdx.net. And you can go there and go and do your further research. The second one is BioHealth Lab, and their website is biohealthlabtesting.com. And the third place where you can go to get tested they're called Life Extension. And their website is lifeextension.com. And I can put these in the show notes as well. So I hope this was helpful and gave you some insight and options to help you and or someone you know in your health journey. And if you've been enjoying my podcast so far, I'd love for you to take a screenshot of my podcast and share it in your Instagram stories. And be sure to tag me at Little Sipper, LILSIPPER, so I can see it too. Thanks for listening to this episode of Digest This. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review in your podcast app to let us know. If you're ever wondering how you can support me and this podcast, sharing it with your friends and family is the best way. This is a Resonant Media production produced by Drake Peterson and edited by Chris McCone. To email the show, message us at digestthispod@gmail.com. See you next time. The content of this show is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for individual medical and mental health advice and does not constitute a provider-patient relationship. As always, talk to your doctor or health team first.